Greetings, peace, everybody, peace. Good to see you. Yes, we are back. Back. So I appreciate everybody coming on. You know I do. I got the gratitude meditation music in the background because it all is all about the gratitude. As usual, I always like to give people a few minutes to tune in. You all can share as well with people in your, share with your people that follow and all of that. So, oh Lord, have mercy. Y'all get to see the inside of my office. Good thing I ain't got no dirty laundry in the corner, hallelujah. All right, so we'll get started. What time is it? It's 5 after, actually. Okay, let's give it 2 more minutes. 2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes. Welcome. All right, peace and well-being, and welcome to this edition of the Philly Crystal Cookout. Hey, I hope y'all are having a great weekend. I know I am. I'm having so much fun tuning in to the various presenters and the various gemologists that have presented themselves for this grand virtual event. You know, if you've been coming on to my opening ceremonies, as well as the evening closing ceremonies, I've been talking a lot about the time, the cyclical time that we're in. You know, the time of collaboration, cooperation, you know, of finding your tribe and working within the context of your tribe, right? That's the time that it is. It's the divine feminine energy flowing on the planet, right? And so with that divine feminine energy brings a different way that things have to get done if there's going to be a success, right? If there's going to be success, there's different ways that things have to get done. Before 2012, for the 2,000 years prior to 2012, there was that martial energy, right? And not saying that the martial energy is bad. Lord knows I walk with my own level of martial energy, and we all do. However, coupled with ignorance, blindness, and just a propensity towards evil behavior, the martial energy gets used in a way that is very, very, very destructive, right? So the 2,000 years prior to 2011, 2012, the energy, the prevailing energy for wealth and vitality and strength was, I'm going to take what you got, claim it for myself, and I'm going to be seedy and underhanded and negative, and by any means necessary in a negative way, I'm going to accomplish what it is that I want. I'm going to take your wealth, I'm going to take your oil, your land, your gold, I'm going to take your women, I'm going to take your children, and I'm going to destroy the male energy, the martial energy that would balance the negative martial energy. That was the flow. But God is magnificent, because just like the scriptures say, those that come up must go down. What goes up must go down. Everything goes in a cycle. So now we're at the cycle that has ushered in the divine feminine. And that is not it's a lot of misunderstanding, right? That is not a disconnection or discrediting the divine masculine. That is the complement to the divine masculine. Hey? We not round here burning no bras and getting rid of our men and hating our men. That is some bullshit right there. I'm just going to say it. And all this white, yes I did. Yes, I did. Y'all send me some hearts or some fists up or some red, black, and green hearts in the comments. Let me know that I'm speaking truth to power here now. Just because it's the divine feminine does not mean that we discount or disregard or in fact exclude the man, the male energy, divine masculine. No, it's time for complementary combinations and connections, right? I'm still trying to set my timer because, get me to talking. I will go way past the time. So, okay, that's good. Right. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback, because you and me, we here. So it's the divine feminine. That's what time it is. And she does things a certain way. She is, oh, what you need, honey? Here you go. I got corn. You got bell peppers. I'll give you some of my corn. You give me some of your bell peppers. Oh, wait a minute. You got a daycare. I got a building. Let's put the children in the building, care for the children, and share the revenue. It is sharing. It's cooperation. It's collaboration. It's working together. Hey girl, I see you there, headed Rule 55, Ma'at Hashem, one of my spiritual daughters. Mwah! See you, darling. Thank you so much for coming on. It is the divine feminine. It's time for the divine feminine energy to take her place. Okay, Mama Yoga, but we signed on for you to talk about spirituality and money. Like, what does that have to do with it? Because the way in which to obtain wealth, this particular several millennials, or however long her cycle lasts, is about me helping you and you helping me. Me cooperating with you and collaborating with you, you cooperating and collaborating with me. It's not about me competing. Competition is over. It's about making room in the market space for everybody. It is about offering what you have to offer and exchanging an energy value for that offering. That's what wealth is. What you have to offer is of value. And so you set the terms of that value with fluctuation and sliding for those who need it but may not be able to meet that exact ask, right? So that's what time it is. And we who are heart-centered entrepreneurs, spirit-centered entrepreneurs, it is our time. I'm telling you, the world stopped turning so we can get on. Hey now. The world stopped turning for a brief window so that we could get on. Doubt what I'm saying? Just look at your timeline, look at your news feeds, and see all of the black entrepreneurship, the engagement that is taking place. You know, people saying, well, you know what, I know how to do X, Y, and Z. Let me see if somebody else think that that's valuable and put that out there. Right? That's what time it is. People are susuing with one another to a greater degree. I'm going to touch on that in a minute, a little deeper too. The time is, you know, those folks that have been in charge for the last couple thousand years, their time is over, right? You see the, you know, confusion and the lack of leadership and the rest of it, right? They holding on for dear life because, you know, when something is good to you, you used to drinking out of a full cup. You don't want to share none of that, what's in that cup, and you don't want to put the cup down, right? But it ain't up to them. It's up to the divine. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. Right? So, it is time for small tribe engagement and small tribe wealth building. Well, what you mean by that, Mama Yoga? Like, there's 360 million people in the world. I want all of them to be my clients. I get it. I get that. When I first got on social media, I used to say, I don't need 5,000 friends. I need 5,000 customers. That's what I need. I don't need my group, my small little group of sister girls and my, you know, my tribe is plenty. Like, we are some powerful, you know, beings. I don't need 5,000 people weighing in on my life. You with me? But the reality of it is, as I was starting to say, those that have been running this thing for the last couple thousand years, their modus operandi has been to divide and conquer. Theft, divide, and conquer, right? So they have you thinking that you don't need your ancestral energy to succeed. You can do it all by yourself. Nobody should be telling you how to live your life, right? That's the prevailing, you know, conversation that is out there. Like, you should make up your own mind. Well, wait a minute now. My ancestral lineage has, you know, 3,000 years of knowing how to do this thing and pivoting through all of the dynamics and challenges that happen over 3,000 years, and they've been successful for that long. And I'm just going to like abandon that and go out into the wilderness on my own. Why do they want you in the wilderness on your own? So you can be dinner. Divide and conquer, right? So the real wealth, the real way to gain wealth is to act and move in small tribes. It is only in the last 100 years, if that people sought to move in larger circles, right? It has always been a small group of people working with each other to build up their sustenance, their wealth, their success, their village, their nation. It always starts. Trying to manage 365 million people is untenable, right? So the way to true wealth is to find your tribe. If that is 2 people, 3 people that y'all think alike and y'all can put your 1s and 2s together and build and trust and build and trust and build and trust, that is the time that we're in. That's the way to wealth, right? The other component on that is that everyone within that circle, or those people at least who are working together, have to have a certain value code with one another. Have to have a certain trust, a certain level of, you know, understanding amongst one to the other. And that brings me to the susu, right? The susu is an age-old tradition. It's called many different things amongst our indigenous people, right? There's the Spanish people, the Latino people, they have a name for it. I don't know it. I don't want to embarrass myself. But they have a particular name for it. African, the general term is susu. Some of the Caribbean communities call it a partner hand. You know, partner hand. Check that out. I got a partner that's giving me a hand, and I'm giving someone else a hand, right? So a genuine susu is a collective group of people who agree to contribute a certain amount of money during a certain time period, and everyone in that group receives a pot. And you stay committed to the sharing until everyone in the group has received their pot. Usually a trusted elder will hold the money as the treasurer. And then, people come and they make their commitment, they keep their commitment. It's not just about the money, it's about the relationship. It's about the sustenance. It's about the building together, right? Come on here now. What's going around now, and I got to speak on it because we're talking about spirituality and money, are these blessing looms, or these money looms, right? I'm going to tell y'all, watch that. If you got to bring 2 people in to push somebody in the middle, to get 4 people, 8 people to the middle, that is not a susu. Come on here. Somebody to let me know you're with me on here now. Send me some hearts or something. That's not a susu. You don't know these people? Who is the other 8 people? And who is holding the money? Damn it. Oh, get me hot in the collar under here. Because when times are pandemic, right? When times are aggressive, people look for all kinds of ways. It ain't no different than a mouse trying to find the cheese in the maze. We just looking for ways to, come up. But we going all past our traditional ways of creating wealth. Find 2 people, 3 people. It ain't even got to be your family. Most of the time, it ain't going to be your family. Because the people have to have the same mentality, the same value system, and the same vision capacity. My ancestral plant over here that I pour libation in is at my arms. It's like tapping me. Must be the ancestors. Hey, you see? Find just a couple folk. You ain't gotta have no whole bunch of people, because if you take a moment and think about it, in any group, in any organization, in any forward moving group, there's always only a handful of people that's making the damn thing work. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. It's always only a handful of people, and it's mostly women. There may be a male representative leadership, because we need that too, but it's mostly the women that sat around, got that woman juju, that energy, that mother's kitchen juju rocking, honey, and say, you know what we need for the building? ... You know what we need? XYZ. It's always only a handful of people that make any enterprise successful, forward-moving entity successful. And so, for your money, for your wealth, you don't need no whole bunch of folk. Just a couple of y'all with like minds, who are committed, who have integrity, and are committed to see the thing through to success. So y'all watch these blessing loom things. You got to put in $200, $400, whatever, and then you got to bring 2 people. When they put their $400 in, then they push somebody in the middle, and then those people got to bring in 8 more people. Nope, thank you, nope. That's not what's up. Okay, so be careful. Spirituality, money is based on value exchange for a service offered. Money is energy. It's just energy, right? And so the energy that you put out is the energy that you're going to attract back. This is a 1-hour talk, but I'm giving you some highlights from the 6-week course. That is the Spirituality and Money Bootcamp course. The next course is starting July 23rd. It'll be on a Thursday. We'll have regular online meetings, and then you'll have your whole, every week there's exercises that are given so that you can increase your vibration and get your paradigm right about attracting that money to you using spiritual principles to bring about the financial success that you are interested in. Because I'm going to tell you, the whole saying that, money is evil and all that. No, they left out some parts. The root, the love of money, greed is what is evil. But you can't be in a material world without material necessities. There's no honor in poverty. There's no honor, in going hungry and not being able to send your kids to college or help them start a business or being able to manage your obligation. There's no honor in that. That was a setup to keep the majority looking this way while those who were wealth-minded were doing what they did that way. The masses stay poor, and the wealthy hoard the resources and the riches of the planet. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't mad at rich people. I'm not mad at wealthy people, because the time has switched that you'll now begin to see more and more and more Zen entrepreneurs. That's the term that the white community uses, Zen entrepreneurship. Right? Forbes magazine started writing articles about it back in 2000, early 2000. How business-minded people, the energy is shifting more towards Eastern spiritual practices. Right? Those are all buzzwords that the white community uses. Right? And so that's all good. We need that. We need people to be more integrity-based in their business practices. So now it's our turn to have that understanding, which I know our community we like the heart people of the world. And you open our chest, ain't nothing but green, lava coming out of our chest, because we are the heart energy people of the whole entire planet. We always loving on somebody, always sharing what we got with somebody, always turning the other cheek. We just a heart-loving, big, hearted energy people. So now what we want to do is we want to put that into our paradigm around money and around attracting money to us. All right? So as I was saying, money is energy. But before I go into that, I want to take the time. I want to acknowledge, some of your comments here. You all, we're not in the same room, but I feel your presence. I feel your energy, and I feel your interest in what's being shared. So let me just show you the respect of at least acknowledging some of your comments here, right, that I can see. Y'all might see me put up a magnifying glass because, whatever, we doing what we do, right? So them Cash App team schemes, kind of the proto form of that. I don't know what that means. The proto form for the those blessing looms. Yeah, we're not doing none of that, honey. I mean, you can do what you want to do. I'm just saying that's not a genuine susu. And I can't stand it when they use these wonderful terms and things that we have used over these years and then they bastardize it, Like, now I'm on a different rant, but just y'all stay with me. Like ISIS. ISIS is the Greek name for the 6,000 documented 6,000 years ago, the Great Mother, Auset, the goddess of Kemet, of ancient Egypt. So what they did was they got ahead of the arrival of the divine feminine by bastardizing her name in terms of being called Isis. So now you can't even say the word ISIS without conjurings of somebody's head being chopped off and people trying to take over America and the rest of the shit. Are y'all with me? See how these folks do? So when they take the term susu and add it on to a money situation where more people have lost money than have gained money, I'm using my words very advisedly, then it bastardizes what a susu is, and it makes people, afraid to share, to join. That's why I'm saying it's about your tribe. Within your tribe, y'all know what y'all doing. Within your group, within the people that you love and they love you, and y'all have the same or similar value proposition, value perspective, then those words hold the meaning that they should hold, right? So let me go back to your comments here. Hello, peace, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. All right. That's Ilhev. Is that the name? Okay. I'll be messing up people's ads so bad. Crystal Jean, I see you, Zola, darling. Hey, Vision Risen. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. All right. Call me Queen Vic. I'm with you, girl. I love that. Kamal 215. Thank you so much for coming on, dear. I appreciate you all. Omni Creates. Yep, Omni Creates for sure. I see you. Thank you so much. Miss Mahogany Coco. Love that name. It's all kind of melanin in that name. Oh, Lord, what happened? Ooh. Okay. Oh. Listen, if we get disconnected, just come back on because, you know, the elder. Right. Thank you all so much for coming on. Okay, that's the Cash App thing again. I saw that before. I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe if I scroll up, I can get some understanding of that. Okay. Yep. Thank you all so much. I appreciate everybody for coming on. I really do. You could be doing so many other things, but we appreciate you for checking in at the Philly Crystal Cookout, that Philly John. Yep. All right. So money is energy, right? It's just energy. It is an energetic value and exchange for value and exchange, right? So energy affects behavior, right? And many of us have very stagnant behaviors around wealth, you know, like the thoughts that, you know, money is the root of all evil, or rich people are all bad and thieves and steal and whatever, right? And it's not good to be. Why would you want to be rich? More money, more problems. Yes, but you're gonna have problems anyway without money. Money gives you options. That is what financial resources are for. They are for options. You have the option, you know, you have the option to eat where you want to purchase the home that you want, to drive what you want to you know, share and help your family members how you want to. It's options, you know. And so money is energy, and we want to think of it in that way. And so when we think of money as an energy, then we can change how we work with that energy, how we move through that energy, and how we allow that energy to land, right? I was at a conference a couple of years ago. It was several years ago, actually. And the lecturer said, you know, wealth is not to be pursued. Money is to be, wealth is not to be pursued. Wealth is to be attracted. It's like a beautiful woman that you want to date, or man. But, you know, the energy is female, really, right? The maintaining it, the, you know, keeping abreast as to what's happening with your money, the being a good steward of your money is a male energy, right? That's the balance. The universe is merciful. Everything is yin and yang. Everything is balanced. So the energy of money is, quote unquote, a feminine energy. The managing of that money and being a good steward is male, you know, is focused, is keeping your eyes open and your head on a swivel. It is, you know, intentional in that way. Money is feminine in that it flows. Why do they call it currency? Yeah, currency, right? This is the U.S. currency because it's an energy that is moving and flowing. Y'all with me? All right now. So when we think of it in that way, then we begin to set up a different relationship with money, right? And often saying that my iPad is full, so if we get disconnected, I'll just try to come back on, okay? Often what gets obstructed in us in regards to money is, childhood behaviors, things that seeded our subconscious without us really understanding, that was taking place. You in the kitchen, your parents, are cooking, and they sitting there looking over the bills and saying, I don't know how we gonna make it this month. We don't never have enough money. Why you always shopping? Or whatever could have been the negative thoughts that permeated your consciousness as a baby, as young as a baby, even in utero, as to what to expect about money. Wealthy people don't care about nobody but themselves, don't ever, connect or have a good relationship with people that's got money, because they all thieves, they all the devil, ... So we have to each work on our own obstructions when it comes to understanding and letting that flow, letting her flow into us. Hey, right? And just kind of like land in all the buckets and pots that we got sitting around. But you got to put out some buckets and pots. You can't be, oh, universe, please send me untold wealth, and you ain't got no vehicle for the wealth to come through. You're asking for the impossible, and the impossible can happen, but your job is to create some possibility so that the impossible can come into your impossibility, your possibility. Are y'all with me? So fixing the subconscious, the way you think, is always first, because those thoughts will sabotage your good works and your good intentions. Always fix the thoughts first, right? And do the best you can. And again, like I said, this is a 6-week course where we really go in depth, as to some tools and some skills as to how to do that. You all will be welcome to sign up for my course that starts on the 23rd, next Thursday, not this Thursday coming, the following Thursday, the 23rd, after the new moon. Spirituality, right? You got to keep it in line, right? Let this great force of the universe come and help. Instead of trying to do everything ourselves, get in line, aligned, right? So that we can do, get some assistance from the great divine energy for help. All right. So as I said, each of us have to look at our own behaviors, look at our own upbringing, or other areas that may have seeded our consciousness around money and spirituality being connected to money, right? That's a big thing, because the larger religious communities have hammered into the DNA of the population that it is pious to be in poverty. They have married poverty and piousness, right? That you are good, religious person if you turn over all your money to the institution and you can't pay your electric bill, right? Or your children need shoes, but you're going to pay your tithes or whatever, and God will send it, the good Lord will send it, right? We can look at that all the way to when our physical overt capture as captured Africans in this country. Being seated where we just pray, this life only lasts a short time, but heaven lasts forever. I'll get mine in the great by and by. That, right? All of us have to work through those dynamics and weed them out, in an intentional, deliberate, but still, you got to love yourself now. Don't turn no self-hate because you found these belief systems in your consciousness. Weed them out. Replace them with positive affirmations, with intentions of the reason you want the wealth, is to be able to assist. To, yes, have your comforts. Yes, drive what you want to drive. Yes, have luxury. I saw a beautiful meme that is like my 2020, 21, 20 forever on it. Black people, normalize luxury in your life. You need luxury. You know, what good is misery and drudgery all the damn time? Right? Enjoy life. And you can pull in all the accoutrements around you that help you do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Right? Enjoy life. So we all have to look at the patterns of behavior, the seeded thoughts that have, stepped on our capacity and our understanding of what wealth is, what money is, and how to use that money in a way that is helpful. Right. Many of us, it, boils down to how we grew up. Family circumstances, relationships and experiences in those relationships. Like maybe it was, a man whose wife or his mate, earned all the money and he didn't really earn money, and that affected his masculinity, which it does, that's this construct that we're living in, right? You blunt the man's capacity to bring forth his greatest, highest masculinity, and then you empower his woman and then pull a veil over her eyes, making her think, she don't need a man and all the rest of this stuff, right? You with me? Y'all with me? Come on here now. Or it could be the other way, where a woman in a relationship has, deferred for whatever reason to the man in the relationship in terms of money. Right. I know actually in this day and age, there are women who, actually, are like, well, I can't, I only can spend X, Y, Z. And, I have to talk to my mate about it, my husband, before I spend that kind of money. Right. Or any money at all. And some people, some relationships, I'm not defining anybody's relationship. I'm just saying that your relationship experiences affect perspectives about money. Sometimes a family is in, their tribe is in a, particular goal. And maybe one of the others always going off the goal. So the person is like, you know what, I'm not going to go off the goal this time. We're trying to do this thing and I'm going to stay focused. I can't go shopping with you at Tiffany's today or whatever. You with me? But oftentimes and many times the relationship with money, sometimes a person is in an abusive relationship and they can't leave because the abusive partner is is the breadwinner. So again, that affects the relationship with money. Workplace environments, social experiences with money, and of course the religious beliefs and dogmas that say, because you got, if you have wealth, you must be evil, you must be a bad person, it's bad to, God don't want you to be wealthy, and all this old nonsense that people share. Let me check my time. I want to respect the other speakers that we have coming on. Okay, so I have about 12 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Y'all doing okay? I always want to check in on you. There's no point in going to heaven if I gotta live and die in hell to get to hell. You need that on a t-shirt. Right, that's right. Heaven and hell is really a figment, honey. And as above, so below. So if you behave down here in a certain way and lived in a certain way, and guess what the afterlife is gonna be? I'm just saying. Right, I appreciate that. All right, and then some people get caught up in their past mistakes. Well, I had a windfall, or I saved a lot of money and I gave it to somebody and they beat me out of it, and I don't really have the confidence that I should around, attracting money and gaining money, and all of that, right? Again, in the 6-week course, we really go into depth with some ritualistic and meditative practices to open and break all this stuff up, right? So, just for our talk here today, we want to kind of talk about daily practices to help you begin a corrective course here in terms of what it is, your relationship with money. The first thing to understand is that money is an energy. It's a feminine energy that flows, right? And the correction is male. The correction, the intention, the good stewardship over those financial resources that come to you is a male flow. So you see the compatibility there, right? And the yin and the yang, right? So when you start thinking of money as energy and energy exchange, you can ruminate or meditate on that to bring your paradigm into alignment with the flowing aspect of financial resources, financial success, right? The other thing that I'd like to suggest is you have to raise your physical energy, right? You want to be a vibrating, highly magnetized entity. And you can do that by using certain crystals around your heart chakra. You can go and get some acupuncture to help remove and wake up the blocks in your chakra system. You can get up in the ambrosial hours, which are 2 hours before sunrise every day and 2 hours before sunset every day. So say the sunrise is at 6:30, you want to get up at 4:30 and go out into your backyard or some grassy area, or if you can't do that, sit on the porch and meet the sun with a prayer and a meditation, right? That energy raises up your electromagnetic aura around you when you do ambrosial hour prayers, right? Giving you all a good bit of the course here. It doesn't matter. Just from my heart to yours, from my heart to yours, from my heart to yours, right? So, ambrosial energy to raise up your vibration so that the magnetism, the currency can find you. And it finds you through opportunities. It finds you through, you walk down the street and find money. That's spirit speaking. We hear you. We see you. Here you go. Even if it's a small denomination, we're talking about money, which is energy, currency, right? You got to get in line, and what's due you will come to you as long as you line up for it in terms of you and your greatest partner, the universe, right? You got to get in line for it, right? What's due you will come to you. Everybody is destined from my spiritual understanding, as a 30-year priestess and counting. God, thank you, God. Nobody's supposed to be laying in, hurt and poverty and harm's way. But everybody ain't gonna get Oprah's money. That's Oprah. We all have a karma and a destiny, right? And it's just a matter of alignment, good stewardship, and a perspective of what, the wealth is, what money is, and how to attract it. So I just gave you that ambrosial hour, and you can do yoga, you can do qigong, you can buy some crystals and have the crystals paired to your energy. If you go to a great acupuncturist or a great Reiki healer, they can, it's good to clean the crystals and use them and wear them, and they will, meld to your energy. But if you go to a Reiki healer, the Reiki healer will change the whole dynamic of that crystal and pair it with your vibration so that you get more help from that earth, from that mineral, from that energy, right? So, we've had like so many wonderful gemologists on here at the Philly Crystal Cookout. So you can go back in the schedule and reach out to whoever vibrates with you. If all else you can't think of anybody, we have our fabulous sister, Crystal Jean. She's, amazing. I've gotten so many pieces from her, and when I took them to someone to pair them, and they said these crystals are vibrating so high already, so just try to get you some energy that matches with you. Let spirit guide you. I could say go to this one, go to that one, but your spirit knows, right? And you want to use that energy to work on your heart chakra, because the heart is the oscillating, magnet that pulls in and also repels and helps to protect. So your ambrosial, our work, will strengthen you in that, right? I want to pause here. I got just a couple minutes left, and I want to take a time here to ask if there are any questions and try to answer some of your questions. Let's see what we got here now. Hold on. Pot of gold. Love that. Oh, no. I am not want Oprah money. She on house arrest. Oh, come on. I love Oprah. I don't care. It's all smoke and mirrors. Here's the thing. In the world of entertainment, because I was in entertainment when I was a much younger woman. I had a whole career as a professional model, fed me and my daughter off of that career for about 10 years. And what I know about the entertainment industry is it is run and owned by the devil. It ain't no two ways about it. It is the devilish, the energy that we represent as the demon and devil runs the entertainment industry. So you have to have yin and yang. You got to have the good and you got to have the so-called bad, the light and the dark. And I know, based on the divinations that I did, that Mama Oprah has done what she could to stay on the light, to pull in those people who were coming into that arena and say, no, come on our side. Because our side, is not as, that's over there is a pit of hell. Come over here with us, And she's done what she could. Who is perfect? Everybody is, fallible at some point. So y'all can talk junk about Mama Oprah all you want, but I love Oprah. Anyway, and I got the readings to prove it. So let's see. Anybody else here? Hi, Chrissy. How you doing, darling? I love your workout space. It's so lovely. That's C. Dorner Fitness, honey. You want to work out, she'll tighten that body of yours right up. Y'all follow C. Dorner Fitness on all the social media platforms. Yes. Okay, let me make sure that I did not forget not leave anybody's questions. Okay, learning. I got to put up the microphone. This thing here, magnifying glass. Learning to have peace and balance with acknowledging your negative and honing your positive. PT_corruption, you hit that on the head. Absolutely. And like I said, in the Spirituality and Money Bootcamp course that starts July 23rd, we're going to go in depth to all of that, because being a piece, like I was saying before, the energy is fluid, it's flowing, right? So if you all jawed up and tied up and knotted up, where's it flowing to? Hit you on your head and bounce off and say, oh, we can't stay there, let me go over here to this person. You with me? So I agree with that. Absolutely. Thank you for that contribution so much. Let me see what this one said. This is the no point in going to heaven if you're going to live in hell. All right, keep praying while they counting you praying. That's right. Literally happened to me within church. Hey, now, don't get me started on religious institutions, but it's all by design, right? So here's my thing before we close. We can't really focus on the negative so much, because the adage is true. What you focus on expands. What we want to do is acknowledge the error, pick your feet up, and move towards success. That's what we want to do. My big thing now is I don't want to talk no more about who burned down Black Wall Street. What are we talking about that for? Let's focus on how they built it. How did they build it? How did they have communities around the world? Not just in Tulsa, but around this country and around the world. How did captured people with hate on four sides, hate and shotguns on all four sides, build a thriving economy with banks and schools and businesses and healthy people and caring for one another? How did they do it? That, to me, is a greater use of our energy, time, and resources than talking about who burned the dang thing down. How did they do it, and what can we do to ensure that they ain't gonna burn the next one down? How did they do it? And lastly, I'll leave you with this. I heard a quote, and it's been my mantra all year. While black people in this country are protesting, marching, and singing for equality, other communities, white folks, Asians, Jewish, and other, have been building equity. The name of the game is equity. We are not a race of people. We are in a race. And the race is for the resources of the planet Earth. Use your God-given capacity to pull that spiritual energy down and create financial abundance and overflow for you, for your family, for your community, for your tribe, and then others that God sends to you to assist. Spirituality and money is what's up, for sure. All right, y'all, that's my talk. I so appreciate you all coming on. I can't see all the things up here, but I think I got everybody's comments. Listen, if you're interested in joining the Spirituality and Money Boot Camp, we have a great time over the 6 weeks. We do in-person meeting, not in-person meeting, but there's Zoom meeting every once a week. To go over the lesson, to cement the lesson, to do the rituals and the yogic practices that are necessary to open up that energy. And it's a fun time. It's not just fun, but it also is paradigm shifting. If you want to come on, DM me and look for also the advertisement for when the course starts, and you can join the course. Yep, it's I think it's $75 for the 6 weeks, which is less than, is that a little more than $10 a course, a class, and so it is well worth it, and we'd love to have you. Any quick questions before we have to go? What time is it? Oh yeah, oh no, we got like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that, 2 minutes. Any questions? Quick questions. All right. Well, if you don't have any questions, thank you so much for coming on. Enjoy the rest of the speakers here at our Philly Crystal Cookout. Celebrate these people who have put their time, energy, and effort into their craft, into their skills, and they're sharing it with you. This is all free unless you choose to shop with one of us. We welcome it. It's a value exchange, an energy exchange that will return to you, I'm sure, multiple fold. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my talk. And always remember, people may forget what you said, they may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you make them feel. Peace and love. See you soon.